Good morning. I don't have any nails, oh no, but I'm making apple crisp, so that's what we're doing today. I got my pan ready, and I'll get my bowl with my flour, sugar, and all the things, so stay tuned. Happy Sunday! That is beef. Okay, so apple crisp time. First quarter. Cut the apples.
The revelation that Trump and his businesses were struggling financially marked the end of Trump and the beginning of the hardest period in his entire career. If the 1980s were the boom, then the 1990s were the crash. So what happened? It was a combination of both the micro and the macro. The micro was, well, that he was Donald Trump. He didn't pursue what you'd call a disciplined personal investment strategy. Instead, he leveraged against what was becoming his biggest asset, his personal brand. But brands can lose their appeal. The macro is slightly more complicated. When Trump began his career, New York City was experiencing a major economic and social crisis. He took advantage of historically low property prices and, frankly,
Hi, so we are back. So now we're going to season our apples. I got them all cut up here, rinsed and washed. And then I have my flour with some Crisco and butter. I'm going to let that sit. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this with some allspice.
In 2014, I did 4 sit-down interviews with Donald Trump.
Then I'm going to do some ginger.
I wanted to know, how was it that this kid from Queens turned himself into the character that became the Donald Trump we know?
Some cinnamon sugar.
I don't like talking about the test. Test is over. No, I don't
And then some regular
All right, well, other than, this is very important. I learned from the past.
And we're going to give this a good mix.
Donald's grandfather, Friedrich Trump, came to the United States in 1885. He was 16.
So we're going to go ahead and mix this up.
He came from a wine-producing small village in Germany, but wasn't content.
Okay, so we are back. I have my apples all chopped up and seasoned. I seasoned them with allspice, some ginger, some cinnamon sugar, and some regular cinnamon. Now I'm going to add some sugar.
Word began to circulate of a mining town just getting going, northeast of Seattle, called Monte Cristo.
Add a little bit of sugar.
Of all things, by John D. Rockefeller.
Rockefeller is this living
splash of vanilla.
And so
Extract. This is the fake one, so I tend to do a lot.
There's this great vein of silver ore. Well, off you go.
And then we need
All
some
you had to
orange.
do to stake a claim was declare that you had struck silver on a piece of land, and it was yours to work, and no one else could have it. In Friedrich's case, he announced that he had found something when he hadn't even dug a single hole.
He had no intention of mining, and he, in fact, instead built a hotel. He looked at the world that he had come into and figured out where there was an opening and figured out how to do it. He was very savvy about that. He set himself up to mine the miners, providing food, fine dining, and there is
So set that to the side. Then we'll take this one and we'll go ahead and re-season it again. So we'll hit it with allspice, some ginger, some cinnamon,
Friedrich was supremely
and then
ambitious,
the
was going to do
cinnamon sugar.
whatever it took in order to get ahead.
Then we'll add a little bit of regular sugar. And some more brown
In
sugar.
1897, a ship came in to Seattle laden with gold from the gold fields of the Yukon.
And now we'll take this and start mashing it up.
But they can barely walk down the gangplank because of their sacks and bags of gold. And that set off the Yukon Gold Rush. Friedrich thought, I want a share of the action.
Friedrich makes his way to the Yukon. Like everybody else, it's by foot. An astonishing journey up mountain passes, single file, with an extremely arduous, difficult, life-threatening situation.
So this is the crumble process.
The White Pass Trail, you could have horses on it, and horses could pull the loads over. But these miners had no idea what that in fact involved. The horses were completely unsuitable for the absolutely grim conditions, and they died on the trail, or they fell and broke their legs, or their owners simply shot them because they couldn't go any further. There was a terrifying piece of that trail called its Dead Horse Gulch, which was packed solid with dead horse flesh. In fact, one of the miners who went up that trail said that you could have just laid all the horses end to end and you would have been walking over dead horse flesh for 50 miles.
But for Friedrich, it was an opportunity. He had tent restaurants along the way, and where would you get fresh meat? What do these people need? They need food.
Okay, so
So
we
he
got the
uses
crumble
the dead
all
horses.
together. There's
And
that.
There's our horse burgers.
So we'll take our apples and toss that on top.
Friedrich arrives in Bennett with all of his guile and all of his resourcefulness intact, and he's ready
And
to
we'll
go into
spread it
business.
out.
Bennett was a newly built town that was thrown up by people on the way to the gold fields.
Bennett was a very savvy place to be because all the miners had to come through Bennett. So there was always going to be traffic.
He
And
establishes himself.
there's our
builds
apple
his
crisp. So we'll
hotel,
bake this
restaurant.
for 30 minutes at
It's filled, it's
350, and we'll
bustling,
see the finished
and
product.
apparently
Thanks
the
so
best
much for
restaurant in town.
watching.
That's what
Make
the
sure you
press
click
account
the
said.
like button and subscribe.
And
Have a
here's
great
the
day.
railway
Enjoy your
depot
Saturday
to
and
a place
Merry
further down the river
Christmas.
called Whitehorse.